So dude, have you gotten used to self-isolation, or have you found yourself much more successful and hardworking than your other friends? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to find successful friends, where to find people that are on the same level as you in business, and where you'll be able to find just more fulfilling and more fun relationships. And I really wanted to make this video unexpectedly helpful to the right person. And so who is the right person? The right person is someone who has basically been, probably since the start of the pandemic, just locking themselves in their room, grinding and working in their business, in their home office. Maybe you've gotten a bit of success from that. Maybe you've got your business 10K a month, 20K a month. Maybe you started trading in crypto. Maybe you made millions. Now you're like, okay, I have a bunch of money, but I don't know who to spend it with. This video is for you. And I want to make this unexpectedly helpful for you today. And to do that, I'm going to hop over to Loom real quick and just walk you through my video script and just be very transparent, because I know you have an attention span too. And you're going to be able to watch this. So dude, have you gotten used to self-isolation, or have you found yourself much more successful and hardworking than your other friends? Maybe you made some money over the pandemic and you just don't have the right people to spend it with, or maybe, you're just tired of paying for all your friends. This video is for you. So what happened was, the pandemic started, or maybe, at some point in your life, whenever it was, whatever triggered it, you decided that you wanted freedom. So you buckled down to build yourself, to build your business, and you made a commitment to yourself. But now you kind of find that you're alone at the top. What do you do? The solution: understand that you are not alone. Okay, understand there's obviously a lot of other guys out there, and I work with a lot of them that have been spending a lot of time growing their business, but not necessarily growing their social life, not getting into relationships, not getting social reps. And there's other people out there that have done the same thing. Just understand, there's hope, because there's so many other guys out there that have been grinding on themselves, that have made the money, and now they're like, okay, well, I want to travel, I want to go live life, I'm young, I want to, have these essentially social reps. Okay, so that's part one, is just realizing that there's hope. Second part here is understanding the second problem, which is that if you're holding yourself back now, you will not experience the fruits later on. So what I mean by that is, if you're not learning how to build the right relationships now, if you're not getting into relationships and messing up, if you're not experiencing the wrong relationships, you will never ultimately have fulfilling relationships down the line. I'm very happy that I was able to actually have some really terrible relationships. The first relationship, and not just friendships, I mean actually romantic relationships too. First romantic relationship, really second, that I was in was terrible. I picked a person that basically treated me like shit, and it tore my life down. And I threw a lot away because of that relationship. But I'm glad that it happened still, because I at least had the experience, and now I knew exactly how to audit people coming into my life, and what to look for, and what were red flags, and how to actually distance myself from someone that wasn't adding value to my life. I'm glad I had that experience early on, rather than when I'm worth $50 million and get married because I'm an idiot, and then someone takes it all away. Could have been way worse, right? So you don't want that to happen to you, and you think that you won't get into bad relationships, but relationships are complicated. And this can be business relationships, this can be romantic relationships. You need to have the reps early on, because if you don't have them, they can end up screwing you in the long term, because you didn't learn your lessons when you didn't have as much as you eventually will. So yeah, the more social reps you have, the faster you'll be able to learn, find the right people, and that best serve you, and the people that won't. The solution to that, 3 parts. So you want to take more solo trips out of your home office. You want to reach out to people in the masterminds that you're probably in. And you also want to plan solo trips in advance, and then invite people to those trips. And then you also want to post yourself online and start building a brand for yourself. So the first one, solo trips. You want to start traveling once or twice every couple months for a week to somewhere that you'd meet cool people, and plan solo trips in advance, and then invite people to those trips. You probably have some kind of a layer in your house where you're building a lot. Maybe you have a coffee shop you go to. What I highly recommend doing is planning out trips for yourself, even if it's just you. Put them on the calendar. The same way you're mapping out stuff for your business, put stuff on the calendar for you to travel far in advance. Because what will happen is, along the way, if you, again, getting out of your comfort zone, leaving your business home office, you're going to meet people. Maybe you're at the gym, maybe you take a trip to a city nearby and you meet some people. Or maybe you, like what I'm about to talk about, you meet up with someone in a mastermind. If you have trips already planned, even if they're solo trips, they can very quickly turn into group trip. You can say, hey, yeah, I was planning on going to Europe in late September. If you want to come, for sure. Right? So you have things in the calendar, you have value to offer socially. You're not just sitting there like with zero plans all the time other than sitting in your basement, right? So put stuff on the calendar. The next part that I mentioned here is like masterminds. So you're probably in some masterminds, like whether it's a business mastermind or whatever. Reach out to people in the group. Is anybody based in Boston, Massachusetts? Is anyone based in New York? See if people are nearby, or just ask where are people based, and then see if people will be down to grab coffee. Or maybe you end up becoming accountability partners with somebody and you become friends through the mastermind. Just meet up in person. And there's a good chance that that person may be struggling with some of the problems you're having. If not, though, they might already have a social circle that you can just hop into and become a part of. Next part. Okay. As you're traveling, post content with of your travels, and potentially, if we went with people, with your new friends. Now people you meet along the way are going to see that you're someone that travels. And by the way, even if you just go alone and you're still traveling, that does position you as someone who's high value. Traveling is something, it's a luxury, right? And people like to be around people that travel and like to be around people that are adventurous. When I message someone on Instagram, I have a very high response rate, but that's partly because people see that I'm very well traveled. I could be anywhere around the world at any moment in time. It's kind of exciting to talk to me. So if you do the same thing for yourself and you properly learn how to brand yourself, just have a bit of artistic sense when you start documenting, it's going to be very beneficial for people. So those are the three main tips. There is a third problem is you might feel like the effort of making new friends is too much time away from your business. So if you feel like that is the case, and you feel like you don't have enough time to make friends, or you feel like it's just a daunting thing, what I want you to reconsider is this. What if the friends that you are making now could be a source of rejuvenation for you? What if they can inspire you to work more and have more energy and have more clear energy? You might have just friends right now you can't relate to. Maybe you're traveling with them and you get around the dinner table and all they can talk about is, dumb shit because you're the one paying and they've been buddies for a while. Just understand there is a situation in which you can travel with people and the conversation is extremely stimulating. Might even lead to more business opportunities for you. Or it might even rejuvenate you in a way that you're more inspired to work even more. One of the things that I did in the last year was I had a lot to work on for my company, or for one of my companies, Tribe Accelerator. And I decided to become roommates with my friend Casson, who is like a crazy entrepreneur. And I knew he'd be working a lot. So I knew that we'd be bouncing ideas off each other all the time. And as a result of that, I was actually working more than if I was isolated, because I had a friend that was also really into his work. And we were able to just bounce back and forth. So yeah, imagine that and understand that's possible. The last part here is my offer to you, which is if you don't want to waste any more time, just click the video below. And it'll show you exactly how you can shortcut this process of building a successful group of friends by joining Tribe Accelerate. And I take on about 20 entrepreneurs each month. And I'm also scaling this business like crazy right now, doing YouTube ads and Instagram ads and everything. And so it will be filling up very fast, very shortly, depending on when you're watching this. So I highly recommend you take action now. Just click the link below, and I'll hope to see you in the tribe. Hope this video was helpful. Drop a comment if it was. Shoot me a message on Instagram. But most importantly, just click a link below to apply for a free call. And I will hope to see you inside. All right, peace.